If you're watching this with me live, hit 1 in the chat just so I know that you're on with me live. And I'm going to do something different. On this video today, what I want to do is unpack the 7-figure agency model. And really, as you look at the model, the key roadblocks, the key things that are preventing you from going to high 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond. So if you're okay with like engaging with me here for like 10 or 15 minutes, I'll walk through this model. I'll take you through kind of an assessment that you can do along with me to identify the gaps, identify the roadblocks, and the key things that can really accelerate your agency to the next level. Give me a 1, a like, a yes if you're down, if you're going to kind of grab a notepad with me and kind of plug along. Also, we've got our 7-figure agency roadmap live event coming up in a couple of weeks, October 21st and 22nd, I believe. If as I go through this process, you identify even 1 or 2 red items, you're going to want to plug into this event. It's 2 days. We go deep on the 7-figure agency model and show you exactly what you need to do to accelerate your growth. So just put roadmap in the comments or red, and that will like give me a heads up and my team a heads up to reach out to you, get you the link, get you registered so that you can plug in and spend 2 days with us completely free of charge. So with that said, let's dive into the 7-figure agency model here. I really believe that the objective of your agency ultimately is to grow, right? It's to grow, to scale, to make more money, to have more impact, to have more freedom. And this model is called the 7-figure agency model because it's really intended to help you scale. I don't know if you guys can see that in the green. I'm going to change the color. But it's to help you scale. And the model really is designed for agencies kind of at that 6-figure level, looking to go to 7 figures and beyond. That doesn't mean that this can't apply to you. So if you're just getting started, stick with me. You're still going to get value out of this. But really, this model is intended for you if you're kind of at 6 figures and you want to go to 7 figures and beyond. It also works well for agencies that are already at 7 figures that are looking to go to multiple 7 figures. And I can say that now because we've helped going on 37 agencies build to 7 figures. And we have new 7-figure agencies joining this process on a monthly basis because there's still things that need to be done in order to accelerate to multiple 7 figures. And so really this model is going to kind of show you how to move up this path as quickly as possible. And it really boils down to 3 key things you have to have really dialed in your agency. First, you have to land clients, right? You have to have a mechanism to land new clients on a consistent basis. Really, you want to have this dialed in where new prospects are expressing interest, that are getting added to your calendar, that you're taking through a sales process, and you can land 3, 5, 7 new clients every single month. One of our members, Chris Rodriguez, works in the martial arts space. She landed 34 clients last month. I would give that a green. If you're landing that volume of clients, you're doing really well. What's interesting here on the land clients part of this model is that if you can just land 5 clients a month at about $1,500 per month, you can be a 7-figure agency in just about 12 months. That's all the longer it would take. You do the math, like 40 clients times 1,500 puts you at just about $80,000 in monthly recurring revenue. So anyways, on the model, we want to make sure that we've got a process to land clients on a very consistent basis in our business. And what I find is that's going to provide the money, right? If you can land clients, you're going to have plenty of money coming into your life to live your desired lifestyle, to pay the bills, to do the things you want to do, and to really enjoy your life, and not have to worry about, can I afford to do this? Can I not afford to do that? The second thing is, and this is probably more important, is we have to know how to deliver results, right? If we're digital marketing agencies and people are going to pay us a fee in order to generate leads, generate sales, to generate revenues, we have to be able to deliver on that promise, right? We have to be able to consistently get our clients tangible, measurable results. We have to deliver the goods. And the third is we have to retain long term, right? If we can't retain the clients that we work with, we're going to constantly be in this state of one step forward, one step back. or we're going to feel like we're in quicksand. It's like, okay, I'm landing clients, but I'm losing them almost as quickly as I'm getting them, and I just feel frustrated, and I feel like annoyed. If we deliver results in the right way, it will give us freedom. And I'll talk about that and really what you need to do in your delivery model to create freedom for yourself. And if we retain clients long term, it'll give us impact. It'll give us that sense of what we're doing is working. It's having an impact on the people that we work with and the team members that we serve. So let's move to the assessment part of this, right? These are the three key pillars. Like, these are the basic fundamentals. What I want you to do, if you're tracking along with me, and give me a yes if you're tracking along with me here, I want you to take out a notepad, just a blank sheet of paper, and I want you to draw a triangle like I have here. And what we're going to do is we're going to traffic light this at some level. And really, as I go through the key accelerators that are going to help you accomplish this, if it's red, that would be a red, right? Something that you just feel like, that's not right? I don't really have that dialed in yet in my business. I need to focus on that. If it's yellow, it's an area that isn't terrible, it's not broken, but it's not great. It's not world class. It's not where it could be, and so there's definitely room for improvement there. And if it's green, and you're like, okay, good, I've got this dialed in, it's green. So hopefully we're all clear, right? We've got a triangle drawn, and as I go through the accelerators, what I want you to do is just kind of shade in what's red, what's yellow, what's green. The reds and yellows are the roadblocks. Those are the things that are slowing you down. They're going to prevent you from accomplishing what you could and should within your business. Will prevent you from going to high 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond. So let's jump into this. When it comes to landing clients, there's three key things we have to do. One is we have to fill the funnel. We have to have a mechanism to reach out to prospects in our industry, in our niche, and get them to raise their hand, and get them to express interest, right? And so what I want you to think about is, how good are you at filling the funnel for yourself, at eating your own dog food? And how many different channels are you plugged into? Do you have a cold outreach process where you're pulling lists and sending curated messages? Do you have some inbound marketing in place where prospects are finding your content, being exposed to your value, maybe getting exposed to your webinars and your content and kind of leaning in so that they enter your funnel on a consistent basis? Do you have referral strategies and joint ventures? Right? When you get all of those aspects dialed in, you're going to have plenty of new prospects entering the fold on a very consistent basis, right? And so fill the funnel, I would say, if you get all of that dialed in, and let's say you're consistently doing 25 plus strategy sessions per month, you can mark that green. If you're kind of between 15 and 25, mark it yellow. There's room for improvement. If you're less than 15 strategy sessions, booked appointments per month, I want you to mark that red, right? That's something that's going to prevent you from growing your agency the way that you could and the way that you should. It should probably be the first thing that you focus on. You need to fill that funnel with qualified prospects, and it should be north of 15 strategy sessions per month. After that, the thing we need to think about is building authority. And by this I mean, how well positioned are you in the vertical where somebody could be exposed to you and see like, wow, this person is the go-to expert, right? When you've got authority in your vertical, in your agency, clients start to come to you pre-positioned to buy. They're like, hey, I saw your video, I saw your stuff, I saw your webinar, I downloaded your guide, I read that case study of yours, and they know who you are. They know that you're the expert. Now, I would mark this green if you're the category king in your world, whatever world that is for you. We work with plumbing and HVAC companies in our industry. Maybe you work with roofers, maybe you work with dentists, maybe you work with e-commerce stores. You're green if you're the expert. You're the one everybody looks to. You're yellow if you're kind of known, like you'd be in the top 5, and you're red if like nobody would know your name. Like if you were asked 50 people within your niche, how many of them know your company, and basically nobody knows. That's red. And that's a big problem, right? Because you can have a full funnel, but your close ratios are going to be low if you're not positioned as the go-to expert within your space. And then from there, we want to have sales process mastery. This means we want to have a really tight sales process where we can take a prospect through a discovery call and then take them through a really great consultative sales process to talk about their goals, talk about their challenges, talk about what's missing in their current online marketing, and show them that there's an opportunity for improvement and that we are the vessel, we are the bridge to help them go to the next level, to accomplish those goals, right? And if you've got a really good sales process, you're probably converting 40% or more of your sales opportunities into clients on retainer, right? And so if you're 40% plus, let's mark that green. You've got a good sales process. If you're kind of between 20 and 40, that's probably yellow. That's not bad, but it's maybe something could be tightened up, could be improved. Less than 20%, mark it red, right? That means you're getting opportunities, but you're not converting, and there's something that could be massively improved in your sales process. Again, this is just a mechanism to help you identify where are those roadblocks? What are the things that are missing in your agency that are preventing you from scaling quickly to 7 figures and beyond? Give me a 1 or a yes if this is helpful so far, and it's helpful to kind of look at this and kind of unpack this 7-figure agency model. Okay, pressing forward. As it relates to delivering results, there's really three key things you want to make sure that you've hammered out, that you've figured out, that you've dialed in. First is you want to choose your model. And we all have the opportunity to choose how we sell our services. We all have the opportunity to choose how we model our business. And there's lots of ways to do this. We could sell websites, we could sell SEO, we could sell pay-per-click, we could sell Facebook ads, we could sell a la carte, we could choose to be a generalist, we could choose to be a specialist. Choosing a model that helps to position you in one specific vertical, that provides monthly recurring revenue, and that provides a systematized service offering can make the difference in whether or not you can accomplish freedom and flexibility in your life or business. So choosing the model and making sure that you're built on a strong foundation can make a massive difference. Green here, if you're in one vertical, you're charging at least $1,000 per month. You've got like a very honed in, this is what I'm going to sell, this is what's included, this is how it's going to get done, and you can say with complete confidence that you can get clients and you can consistently get the result that they're expecting, a tangible, measurable return on investment. Green if that's your case. Yellow if you feel like some of that's a little bit not there, some of it's not like really nice and tight. Red if your model is completely a la carte, like you get an opportunity with somebody and you're going to figure it out and kind of wing it, right? So that's choose model. The next is to systematize. We want to make sure that we've built systems and procedures for each of the different aspects of our business, right? So that we can get the client, we know exactly what's going to be done, we know what the steps are, who's going to do what, when, how long it's going to take, and consistently deliver those results and outcomes that a client is looking for. Green here if you've got SOPs for just about every aspect of the business. Green here if you feel like your delivery level is world class and you feel like you can go toe to toe with the best of the best and knock it out of the park for your clients every single time. Yellow, if some of them are built, but it's not completely honed in, maybe sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then red, if you feel like, man, I don't know, man, I just kind of, I get a client and I map it out as I go and I hope that it all works out. And then the third thing is we have to have a strategy to build our team. What I can tell you for sure is that going to 7 figures doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? You don't do that on your own. And one of the most important things I see in agencies that do scale to 7 figures and multiple 7 figures is they know which positions to remove themselves first and which things that they're best at that are going to have the biggest impact on the growth of the business. So we have to build the team. We have to make sure that we get good A players that we can train up, that we can make capable, that can operate better than we do in whatever those functions are within the business. So green here, if you know exactly what positions you're hiring for, you've got a great hiring and recruiting process, you've got a great onboarding process, and you can consistently grow the team to keep up with demand. Yellow, if you're not quite dialed in on that front. Maybe you've got a couple of VAs, but you don't really have a team of 8 players, and you don't have a hiring and training process in place. Red, if it's just basically you, or you've got a team and you feel like there's massive problems here. When you get your delivery right, you're going to get a couple things. You're going to get confidence because you can knock it out of the park for the clients and deliver on your goods, but you're also going to create that freedom because you've got a model that makes sense, and you've got systems so that you can put a team in place to run with not just the delivery, but also the sales and business development side of your business, right? This is where the freedom in your business comes from. From there, we have to make sure we've got strategies to retain long term. I'm going to talk about the 3 key things that you need to make sure you get really honed in to maximize retention. Just type retention in the comments here. If as you're watching along, you're like, okay, let's look at some retention strategies in this 7-figure agency model. I'm going to go to blue. So, number 1, we want to kick off with a bang, which basically means we want to have a really, really dialed in onboarding process, where when we get the client, we easily get the usernames, the passwords. We've orchestrated an experience where they get stuff in the mail. They feel like, wow, this is a really dialed in process, and it's simple for them. It's hands off. And we also surprise and delight them doing the things that they don't expect along the way. I would give yourself a green here if you've got an onboard process. You've got automation built in. You're dropping a welcome box on the client when they come in. You're dropping an onboard kit in the mail. And pretty much every client that comes through your onboarding looks back at you and says, wow, I haven't experienced that. That was amazing. I'm so excited that I hired your company. Right? Green if that's the case. Probably yellow. Let's say if you can gather the usernames and passwords okay. You can get everything you need to do the job, but it's not necessarily exceeding expectations. And then red if you're just getting the client and going radio silent and getting to work, right? This can make a huge difference. Just the way that you onboard a client can make the difference between them sticking around 12 to 24 months and them just staying for 3 months or less. So that could be a big opportunity. The second is your communication rhythm. And this is how you pulse with the client, how you go through the monthly reports, how you show the value, how you keep them engaged in what you're doing and the value that you bring to the table. You need to have this dialed in. Like, you cannot rely on automatic reports. You can't rely on just a data regurgitation. You need to have a really honed in client communication rhythm. Like how often you're meeting with them, what you're seeing on those monthly calls, what you're going through with them through that process. I would give you a green on this if your retention is 99% or higher on a month-over-month basis, and you're meeting with the clients at least once per month in a meaningful way, and your meetings express the value that you bring to the table, clearly articulate the return on investment that you're delivering, and leave the client feeling confident and excited about what comes next, right? Yellow if you feel like you've got a monthly review process but it's not nice and tight. Red if you're just kind of letting the automatic reports hit their inbox and you're leaving it at that. And then third is we have to seed the vision. The number one reason a client's going to leave is perceived indifference. Secondary to that, they're going to leave because they don't feel like there's much in the future that you can do beyond what you've already done. Like, a lot of them get excited about hiring your services, and they're excited about what you say at the beginning, and you kind of do your implementation process and you kind of set it and forget it. The fact is, there's lots of competition for these digital marketing services, especially retainer-based services, even if you're in a very narrow niche and you're very well positioned. They have a lot of people vying for their business. You have to constantly be showing them that you appreciate the business, that you're doing what it is that you set out to do, and that there's something bigger in the future. What are you going to roll out next? What's the focus for the next 90 days? What new initiatives are you researching and putting in place for them? If you can do this really well, right? If you can kick off with a bang, you can have great communication rhythm, reporting the right metrics, and then you can see the vision for what's coming next, you will retain at a very high level. The clients will stay with you and you'll have an impact, because the clients would not be staying if you weren't getting a return on investment for them and the value proposition wasn't strong. And so really, if you do this right, you're going to have a business that can scale, one that provides the money that you need to live your desired lifestyle, right? To do the things you want to do, to live in abundance and not have to worry about whether you have the money to pay the bills or not. The freedom to do what you do best, right? The freedom to take the travels, to spend the time with the family, to do the things that you really enjoy, the things that you probably set out to do when you started your business in the first place. And most importantly, you'll have impact, because you aren't selling garbage, right? You're actually impacting your clients. Your clients are growing because of your services. You're growing your team, and so your team is developing and having a career track because of you and your business. You're having a big impact in addition to living your desired lifestyle. So I want you to think about this model, right? And if there's a couple of reds, if there's a couple of yellows, things that you feel like, man, you know what? I need to focus on this. I need to get my funnel full, right? If you're just getting started, most of your focus is right here in landing clients, filling the funnel, building authority, and dialing in your sales process. If you've got clients in place, then maybe it's around your model, or maybe it's around your retention process, or maybe it's around how you're building and scaling your team. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is insightful. Hopefully some things stand out to you that you're like, you know what, I need to focus on this. These are solve for the reds and the yellows, and you can break through and take your agency to a whole another level. Now again, I have our 7-figure agency roadmap event coming up. I run this a couple of times per year, where we're going to go deep on this model and walk you through the key things you need to do in terms of landing clients, delivering results, retention, and scale. We're going to workshop with you to build this into your business, to solve for these roadblocks. So, if that sounds good and you're interested in participating in that process, just type in roadmap in the comments. I'll reach out to you. I'll get you the link. I'll get you the details. If you'd like some help, right? You're just like, you know what? I just want to talk about Josh's 7-figure agency coaching program, how he can help me specifically isolate these issues and blow past the barriers in my business. Just type help in the comments here, and that will trigger us to say, hey, let's reach out. We'll schedule a one-to-one and really meet you where you're at and try and help you develop the plan to accelerate the growth. So that's it for now. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to share this with you. If you have follow-up questions, you can put those in the comments as well. I look forward to helping you take things to the next level so you can make more money, have more freedom, and have a bigger impact. I'll talk to you later.